Hi guys, today I'm going to be running my character DeadlyFang. She uses the sorcerer power, dual pistols, and I can use her in DPS, and I've got a healer loadout for her. So this is a DPS loadout that I actually prefer to use. Now, I don't claim to be the best at DCU. I'm merely a casual player. I've got a wide variety of games that I enjoy playing, from role-playing games like DCU to sports games like football or 2K, NBA, American football games. Yeah, got quite a large variety of games that I enjoy playing, including motor racing games like Formula One, Test Drive, Need for Speed, Forza. Currently, I'm on a Xbox playing DCU. I don't have my PlayStation right now. I used to play DCU on PlayStation, and I actually have a character on that console with the same name, DeadlyFang. I'll also introduce you to my tank later on, Rocking Chick. She uses the earth power, but right now this is DeadlyFang, my sorcery character. So I personally use this loadout for my DPS. Once I get another armory for my actual base, I'm going to have a second actual DPS loadout, but this is the current one that I use. So first off, we've got soul barrels. Now, I must say you won't be able to get all of this loadout pretty much until you've completed level 1 to level 30, where you unlock, that will be where you've unlocked every move that your power set has. So you can also use what they call iconic powers. Me personally, for sorcery power, I don't use any of these powers. I find that the moves in your power set are actually stronger. I find Boon of Souls Shield actually works better than the iconic shield. So we start off with Soul Barrage and Boon of Souls. I've got that mostly for when I'm in a solo mission, because the Circle of Destruction, which is also the Circle of Healing when you're a healer, doesn't heal you when you're in DPS mode. So Boon of Souls can sometimes give you that extra bit of time for your soda cooler to reset, so you can use that. But just give me a wee second, guys. I need to see what's happening here. Sorry, guys, I'm just checking because it looks as if my screen is froze. So I don't want to keep continuing with this until I can get this actual on, so you can actually see my loadout. What's happening here? Why is this doing this, man? Sorry about this, guys. I'm going to get this sorted. I don't know what's happened to my feed here. Okay, guys, so sorry about that. I've got my screen working again now. So let's go over my personal loadout. Like I said, I don't claim to be the best. I'm not going to be in Elon Musk and try and claim that I'm up there at the top of a game when I'm clearly not. And I certainly don't pay people to boost my account for me, so that is what it is. That's just a wee dig at somebody who tries to claim that they're brilliant at gaming but actually pays people to actually level their character up. So anyway, for this DPS loadout, I'll go with Soul Barrage, Boon of Souls. That gives me a little bit of time when I'm almost about to possibly get taken out by the enemies. Allows me to pop a shield and give me time for my soda cola to cool down if I'm waiting for that to cool down. Or maybe just give me a few extra seconds where I don't have to use my soda cola. And then we've got the Grand Summoning. A lot of people will say not to use this and possibly to go with more along the lines of the offering because it boosts your pets that come. And I'll show you that in a wee second. And then we've got Weapon of Destiny, which helps with, of course, your weapon damage. And then we've got the Summoning. So with Sorcery Power, you can either use the Fury, which will come out and help you do damage. We've also got the Guardian, comes out and acts more like a tank. And then you've got the Watcher, which can help with healing. The Watcher, I will say, is better paired with the Healer. Now, you'll see that in a few minutes or two. And I would say Fury is better for when you're in their DPS role. You very rarely see people using the Guardian. You may see it sometimes because it can act like a tank. So in missions where there may be a lot of ads, that can take a lot of pressure off you and allow you to do the damage. And then we've got the Circle of Destruction. So when I'm starting my DPS, the first thing I do, bring out Fury. Uses up a wee bit of power to bring them out, but then you're not going to have waste that power usage once you're in battle, so you've got that full power bar, so to use your attacks for damage and things like that. So usually when I go into a fight, the first thing I'll do is pop my trinket, which for me is hold in my R2 button, press the X button, the A button, and then press the X button. Then I would usually throw up Circle of Destruction, hit them with the Soul Barrage, get my weapons up, and start shooting different techniques with your shooting with your weapon. So years ago, back in 2012, when I first started playing DCU, you didn't have a secondary weapon, so you basically just had your initial weapon. But when they brought in a secondary weapon, it meant you could pair certain weapons together once you combine certain moves with certain weapons. So with dual pistols, once you complete this, all the way, get all these unlocked down to here, you then can go into hand blasters, unlock all them, go back into dual pistols, and then it gives you 2 additional moves. You can also, each weapon has 2 different moves you can do, 2 different weapon types that you can do this with. So the other weapon I could do this with is dual wield. Me personally, when I'm using the sorcerer power, I tend to prefer to be a distance attacker, which is why I use the dual pistols, and I don't really use the dual wield to do any of this stuff. So the only ones I unlocked was these 2. That's me personally. Some people will enjoy using the close combats attacks. You'll see when I use my tank rocking chick that when she's in DPS mode, she also has a close combat weapon, the staff. And when she's in tank mode, she's still got a close combat weapon, of course, because she's a tank. So you've got to be in amongst the actual fight, getting all the aggro on you from all the ads and bosses and things like that. So no really any point having a long range weapon when you should be up close and personal. DPS goals, it'll just depend on your power and your personal preference of fighting style. So the 2 combination moves I've got with sorcerer power using the dual pistols is I can tap my X, tap Y again, tap Y, and hold it in, and you'll get that. And then you've got moves like this. So that's a whap. You tap Y, hold in X, hold in Y. This one, tap X, hold X again. So that's your 2 combination moves with dual pistols and hand blasters. So let's get into doing some missions in. We'll go here, which is the newest area. Only came into the game January this year. And let me just check some things up here. Yeah, so what you're going to see me doing first here is, in this area there's 2 different weekly challenges where you can get a bunch of marks. This one is one of them, but we'll come back to this one because first of all I want to fly down here. There's a graveyard down this way, and there he's there. So every Tuesday, I'm sure it used to be a Wednesday when I played this game years ago, but Tuesday we reset the weekly challenges. So you come out here, you want to talk to this guy, and he'll give you the weekly challenge to defeat Solomon Grundy. Now you're going to need a group for that mission. You've also got a daily quest down here when you speak to this guy, but I'll come back to this one once we've got the weeklies out of the way. So there's nobody here waiting to fight Solomon Grundy, so what I'm going to do is go into the map and check if there's any other phases. So we've got 3 phases in total, so I'll go check out this phase, see if anyone's fighting Grundy. Oh, sometimes that's a wee risk you take when you're so close to it. So as you can see, I'm trying to keep my distance for most of the part with this guy. And sometimes when you're fighting these people with other people and they start sometimes it annoys me when people can clearly see you've put down the circle of destruction and then they pull the enemies away from the circle of destruction. It always confuses me because everybody knows as long as they're inside that, you'll do more damage to them. But some people are so obsessed with doing the most damage that they don't actually work as a team and actually use the things to the best of their abilities because they're too busy trying to do the most damage as if it's some sort of... It's not even like there's a leaderboard or it and get in this game to see, oh, this person has done the most damage to Solomon Grundy in the shortest amount of time or anything like that. So I don't really understand. After I'm finished in this area, I'll go to the area in Apocalypse. I think it's Apocalypse Gotham. And we'll do dailies and weeklies there. But I'm going to also try and get some random raids. I could get the Omnibus raid, which is just some random raid. I'll also try and get the raids done for the higher level tier stuff. That's all going to come down to getting a group, but with it being the Tuesday and the weekly reset, should be pretty easy to get into the raids and things like that. So that's Solomon Grundy done, and we'll go back and collect it since the other weekly isn't exactly up yet. We'll keep an eye out for it. So, I try and focus on the non-ghosts first because you've only got a certain time limit to pick up to get the ghosts. So if I go quiet, guys, I do sometimes get really tuned into what I'm doing, and quite frankly, I'm new to doing this sort of thing, so it's sometimes I get distracted with what I'm actually doing in the game and forget what I'm actually recording it. Or when I these days, because I'm actually started live streaming games, it's a wee bit even more difficult because I really do forget that I'm on a live stream and people expecting me to speak and explain things. But hopefully we'll be able to grow this community and we'll experience other games together. If anybody also plays this game or any other games that you'll see me playing on Xbox, feel free to send me a message. I'll send you my ad and we can play the game together. As long as you don't mind a character being on a video or a live stream, because that's sort of what I'm doing just now. If you don't want your character or possibly even your voice if we're talking on a big game chat to be on the channel, then that's completely fine, but we won't be able to do the missions and play the games together because I want to make a go at this, partly because I'm trying to show my son that it's sometimes good to push yourself out of your comfort zone and try something that you most likely wouldn't have tried before. For me, speaking in public, whether it's through a camera or actually standing in front of people speaking, it's not my comfort zone. Hopefully I'll get better at this sort of thing and more people will enjoy watching the videos. I'm not only going to be doing just gaming things, I plan on doing things about the history of the country where I'm from, Scotland, which will also be some history of Britain. I'll also do some videos on things that I'm interested in, like Formula One history, NBA basketball, wrestling. I might do some football or for some of my possible American followers, soccer, but quite frankly, I feel like I love with soccer. It's not the same sport I grew up with. I grew up with a physical contact sport, and it's just not the same sport anymore. Like, almost no contact is allowed in football anymore. Players diving and playing for fouls. I personally don't think it's healthy for any sport when things are that bad. But it is what it is. Ah, bugger. Didn't mean to do that. Uh, we'll just go back here, grab it again, go back and get the last couple. Oh, I've got them. Ah, well, I wasn't expecting that. And that's the weekly missions in this particular area completed. So we'll go to the last two dailies in this area. Usually I'll come back for that one. Go up here. Get this one done quickly.
Thanks for the help. I haven't seen Voivo, have you? Hey, everyone. Some testing with creators. Hey, everyone. Some testing with creators. Hey, thanks for the help. So special. Hey, thanks for the help. Again, I haven't seen Voivo, have you?
Doesn't really take too long to get these done. When I'm using my rotten chick who uses the earth power, these missions normally get done a lot quicker because she's got a couple of moves that can absolutely annihilate groups of enemies at a time rather than fighting one-on-one, ones at a time. But I do enjoy the sorcery power. It's probably the first power in DCU that I got fully accustomed to.
Thank you. I thought it was done.
That's the last mission in this area for
Nice
today.
work. If I know Faust, then I do, unfortunately.
Let's just make sure I corrected that one. Now, when we go into this screen, we can go in here, we can see each of the different currencies, marks that you actually have in the game. So this one is what you get each month for buying a monthly subscription. You can use these tokens in some vendor machines inside the police stations or nightclubs. You can buy various different things for your character or your base with it. You've got your stabilizer fragments. Once you get so many fragments, you get a stabilizer which you can use to open up a capsule, or you can collect 7 stabilizers. Once you've got 7 stabilizers, you can open. You can open up these Resurgence mega capsules, but like I said, you need 7. And these are your time capsules that you only need 1 stabilizer, and you can open them up. And then you've got your replay badges. You can use these for getting replayed missions, but you can also use them in this section to buy styles that you don't actually have, or which is probably what the best thing to use them on. Maybe not so much these days as since I get back to the game, I've heard skill points are not so important in the game, but you can also use replay tokens to unlock things on here. Let me see if I can find something. but this character doesn't have that somebody else has. Yeah, so I could use one replay token to unlock this mission, which I've not unlocked. I've not done with this character, but I've done it with another character. So that's the different things you can use just the replay tokens for. You've also got Reeds, which is part of the current seasonal, which is on just now, which is a Valentine's seasonal. I'll go to one of those missions in a wee second, and you'll get to see what we're like. Marks of Valor, you only gain these for doing PvP quests. You use these to buy PvP armor. PvP, to be honest with you, is very much died from DCU. Not very many people go into PvP missions, and very rarely do you have people in the PvP lobbies because you can be attacked by people from the other side or in the other. And one of the things you'll find is they don't care. You'll get people who are the highest CR in the PvP server attacking people who are pretty much just started out in the game. And then you'll go encrypted schematics. These were part of the Dakota series. You can combine these with your source marks to buy items in that area in Dakota. The Coiny coins, these are in the Apocalypse area, and the Bizarro samples are in the Bottled Gotham area. Source marks you get from doing pretty much any mission, and apart from almost all armor and a lot of other things, you can use your source marks to buy unless it's in one of the newer areas or it's PvP armor. The quarks, you can use these to get certain items from Booster Gold inside the Horror Legends or inside Horror Dune or the Watchtower for the heroes. Most people don't even use going to Watchtower or Horror Dune anymore. You mostly find them all in the Horror Legends because Horror Dune's only for villains. And the Watchtower's only for heroes, whereas the League of Legends is for heroes and villains. You can mix with each other there. Then you've got your ally favours. These are used for upgrading your allies in this section. And then we've got and then the last thing, Fates tokens. These are used in the Hall of Legends. Go speak to the Dr. Fate vendor, and you can exchange the Fate tokens for any items that you got there. So we're now finished in this actual area, so now I'm going to queue up the missions for this area. So first of all, I'm going to start out with the raids, and I'll queue up both of the raids. I guess I'm only a casual player, and although my character's up at a high enough level and I'm pretty confident with my abilities, I don't really go into the raids because you get a lot of people who are just not very nice or helpful. You going into these missions, it's a lot of people who think you're the greatest gamer in the history of gaming, and it cannot be their fault why we keep dying when we're running away for the rest of the group and nowhere near the healer. So the healer's Healing can't get to them. Or you get your DPS who want to be up close and personal against bosses have got no reason to be close to the bosses because the bosses will do them so much damage. The heroes using all their power up trying to keep people health's up, and sometimes you've not got a controller to give out more power for the healer or DPSs. So you've got to ask yourself if you've not got a controller to give power, or the bosses are beating you down that much with the healer's power's going that far down that you can't heal the rest of the group when their health is gone down because they've been too busy trying to keep you alive. Maybe, just maybe, it's your fault. Maybe, just maybe, you should do respect the game, respect your ability, and respect the fact that you've got no reason to be that close to the bosses or try to get aggro on you when you're not a tank. And then one of the things that I've found in this game recently is a battle tank. So a battle tank, you're always going to water down the tank side. Because here's the thing, if you replace your tank moves what are for getting aggro or defending, keeping the ads on you, pulling the ads towards you or the bosses to you, when you replace that for a move where you're just constantly doing damage and want to damage people just because you want your name up there at the top of the leaderboard at the end of the quest, for what? Your job is to get the when you're a tank, your job is to get the aggro. It's not to be high up the ranks or to try and embarrass DPS by doing more damage than them. I'll be honest with you, I've done that before as a healer, done more damage in some of the DPSs and missions. It doesn't even make me think that I'm so much better than the players because I could outdo them in a role that shouldn't be able to outdo them. It's bonkers that some person's CR isn't as high as yours. Some could be the fact that we don't have the artifacts that you've got, artifacts at the level that you've got. It's one thing that I don't think about games like this is the nasty people you come across who don't want to take any responsibility for the fact that they've caused issues and want to put the blame on every single other person in the game. Well, it's a healer tank, the other DPSs, to roll controllers or whatever. There's certain people that just don't take any responsibility on themselves. Whereas everyone else is clearly seeing that you're actually the issue. It looks like somebody declined to join. We're worried that people are going to go into here, so we'll just have to wait. Let's see if there's any other sessions. Oh, here we go. Thought somebody declined it, so I don't think we were going in. Yeah, I'll stay in my DPS role for the first part of this mission, but if needed, I can jump into my healer once we get to fighting the boss. Fuck's sake, man. I can't do this myself, man. Fucking idiot. Where the fuck have you been? Some people are just annoying and lazy. Expect to go into a mission and just sit back and let everybody else do it. Oh, doesn't work like that, mate. Just help. Get everything done quicker. Seriously. It's good. What a wallop, man. Should have been here from the very beginning. We might know that none of this would have happened. See these people, man. I'm attacking them and you decide to pull them away because you want to be one of the ones that are highest damage. Mate, you didn't even come into the game on time. You came into the game late. You're never going to be your highest damage. Sorry to tell you that, but it's just not going to happen. I'm not saying I'll be the highest damage, but there'll be people who will do a lot more damage than he will be able to do just because he didn't come in when everybody else came in. They wanted to sit back and let everybody else do the work and gain the rewards for doing it. Problem with people who use controller powers, the powers where they want to pull people away and all that. Go for one enemy and leave the other person to deal with the other enemy. That's the whole point of being in a group, is to know to do it all yourself. But, and if you're going to pull them away for the actual thing altogether. You go after him and pull away after it. You don't pull them and keep them on it. What, man? Dude, they want to play the game, man. This is ridiculous. Somebody else is going to come out here and help us out because you want to pull all the enemies and keep them in a group when you should be pulling them after the thing. Pull them as far away from the thing as possible. If you want to pull them, you're that, or stop pulling them. It's no rocket science, man. It's just people trying to get the most amount of damage because they want to be up as high as they can on the leaderboard. But like I said, it doesn't mean nothing. It's not because a leaderboard that stays and is recorded for it all the time. It's a leaderboard for that one particular time going into the event. No point in trying to be the top damager when it takes a lot longer when you're trying to do that sort of stuff to actually finish the game when it was. Pull them after the hang instead of just pulling them to a different spot where they're still on the hang and still. It's like, have you ever been in this mission before? You even been done a solo version yet? The 4-man version yet? They're all the same. You got to pull people off it, pull them off it, don't pull them to just a different section. Everything. I'll show you what I'm talking about when I'm on working chick. And there's a move that she uses where she throws this big rock fist and then pulls people towards her. So I'll show you what I mean with that one. You pull them off of this circle here and we stop registering in the power week when you leave it. So that's one of the problems with people think. I guarantee you, guys, there's one of the people that play a game that thinks are a professional at the game. But in actual fact, they're better than the average player. You can always tell because of the kind of people that do that sort of thing. Pull all the enemies towards the end because they think that's going to get them the biggest amount of damage, but doesn't mean jack crap. Dead seriously. Oh, come on, dude, what are you waiting for? How are you still up there? You think you only take one ghost up and that's it? And there's 12 needed in total? Or do you just go and decide to go help people get the ghost for the other areas up instead of coming back and getting this one up? Seriously, you need to actually start learning how to fucking work as a team. There's 4 groups, there's no need for you to be going and helping other people. We're crying out loud, man, go on. All because of some twat deciding that he didn't want to come back. Oh my god, man. I honestly don't think that guy's ever played this game before in his life. Or at least this mission. Some people blow your mind, man, when you're playing games.
Better than you have tried to.
For anybody who may be offended by some of the swearing words, I can only apologise. I'm Glaswegian, kind of force of habit. It's part of the vocabulary. In fact, a lot of people, including very smart people, tell you that people that actually swear are actually more intelligent than people who don't because they're not scared to use a full vocabulary. And the only people that don't like swearing is people only that intelligent but want people to think that they're very intelligent because it's the way of making people feel small. But what they don't realise is it shows that are dumb, it shows that are not intelligent because it shows that are so offended by words. Sorry, but if you get offended by your words, in my opinion, maybe you shouldn't watch the programmes, speak to the people, hang about with the people, if you don't like the people's opinions, rather than causing hate between each other because of difference of opinion or because you're offended by something that other people aren't offended by. It's like, I know in America, YouTube, we feel that the four-letter word, we think that the four-letter word starts with a C and ends with a T is offensive, but in Glasgow we actually use that when we're even talking about our own friends. So to us it's maybe not that offensive.
You and me still have business to settle, mate.
Any last requests?
But that's just the difference in different places and how certain things offend people that don't offend other people. So if I do say a swear word and it offends you, you've got two choices. Don't watch my channels or just accept the fact that I'm from a different part of the world as you are, and sometimes I'm going to say something that might sound offensive to you, but to us, it's just normal. Like, we will literally call our friends that person. He's a great C word. And that is true, it's no always going to be followed by something negative or something defamatory or anything like that. It's just we are not as easily offended in this part of the world as maybe some other people are in other parts of the world. And that's where I don't get why certain individuals or certain companies can decide what is offensive, what isn't offensive, because there's certain words where I'm from in Scotland that are seen as more offensive or seen as offensive which in other countries aren't. And in UK and Britain, the four-letter C word that ends with a T isn't offensive. But call a woman in Scotland, I'm not sure if it's the same in England or other parts of the UK, but call a woman in Scotland a cow and it is very offensive. So, but cows are name an animal, so you're not going to get in trouble for saying that word on things like YouTube and things like that, but it still doesn't mean that. It's just an example of how certain things are offensive to people in different parts of the world, but only offensive to other people. Like I said, the whole
Your tactics are flawed.
C word thing. I just wish people could just get on with each other and stop all the arguing and fighting and look for any excuse to be offended so they can cause trouble or make people look bad or get around a gender clause or whatever. Just accept that every single person in the whole universe, not even just this planet, but and even just person, every creature in the universe is different. And none are more important than the other. For instance, if humans think we're more important to the planet Earth than any other creature, then we are very, very, very misread, misinformed people. And for anybody who might be offended about my joke about Elon Musk being a gaming cheat and then try to claim that he's this amazing person when he's been found out to be clearly somebody pays other people to get to boost his account. I'm not even in the slightest bit apologetic about it. When Elon Musk comes out and apologises for the fake news and fake information he was spreading about the absolute vile character in Britain, Tommy Roberts, an absolute hateful, racist, vile creature, Tommy Robertson, which isn't even his real name, then I might not poke fun at Musk anymore, but when he's saying things like that and try to say things like, oh, should America liberate our British friends, sort of tell you, but we're no needing liberated in Britain. What we need is dumb, rich people like Elon Musk to stop fitting better than everybody else, because sort of tell you, Musk, without the people whose lives are trying to wreck, your company isn't worth anything because there'll be nobody to buy your products. Nobody will be able to afford to buy your products. So what's the point in even coming up with a AI Tesla robot when nobody can afford to buy it? You're only going to sell about 100 units, or is your plan to sell them to industries to replace human people, which, quite frankly, the robot has already showed it can't do. And even then, this is one of the big things I don't understand about big industries and corporations. Why are you trying to replace people with computers and robots? If everybody gets replaced with computers and robots, or even a large population of the world does, that is a hell of a lot of people that can no longer buy the products that you're making. So you're going to go bankrupt because you're going to have no money because you're going to have no income because the people can't buy your product. Capitalists are stupid. They're no intelligent at all. They can't see the bigger picture for the end of their nose. Literally, I mean that. They literally can't see the bigger picture because they're too busy focused on being victims. So I can describe it. They're too interested in being a victim. Well, I'm not even going to bother with politics anymore. I don't even trust the politicians in my own country. But I don't know how Musk thinks that translates to people going to trust American politicians or a South African mogul who's made lots of money on government contracts and government subsidies and then tries to wreck people who can barely afford a weekly meal or even a daily meal's life and income. Elon Musk to me isn't intelligent. In fact, the human race isn't intelligent. The human race is dumb. We have a lot of knowledge, but we don't have intelligence. Knowledge, intelligence only the same thing. Knowledge is knowing things, intelligence is knowing how to use it and actually using it for good and using it to help people and using it to help the world and the planet and all the creatures on it. Intelligence isn't going, oh, we know how to make a nuclear weapon, we know how to make nuclear energy, we know how to make fusion energy, we know how to make these weapons of mass destruction which can kill millions of people. In fact, that shows me the complete opposite of intelligence, and it shows me absolute lack of intelligence. For the moment we first ever made the very first weapon of mass destruction, which is probably the chemical weapons and things like that. Even then, just the missiles and even the guns that we've got these days, there's no need for that level of death and destruction. And I wonder why people are so against governments and all that. You want to talk about government wastage? Government wastage is it for bloody well no coming together and working with the rest of the world to actually make a peaceful world that works for everybody. Works for every country and works for every person on the planet. But it's never going to happen. Too many people, they have wealth and power, refuse to give it up, refuse to actually make the world better. It's not we can't do it, we could easily do it, we just, it's like the whole cutting government spending in America without harming the people that use Medicaid and social welfare in America. Britain have had that sort of thing for years and years and years, decades. Social housing and all that stuff, it actually works because everybody can contribute a little less. Anybody gets bankrupt because they end up no well. Nobody goes bankrupt because they had the audacity to have a heart attack or a stroke or give birth, fall pregnant. And then you've got all these politicians, no matter what country it is, on certain sides that will shout about immigration and all of that. But when they've got a chance to do something about it, we've actually, none of them have done anything about it. Donald Trump was going to end immigration to get better jobs for American people, but then bowed down to Elon Musk and his H-1B visas. The Tories done it in the UK for generations, moaned about immigration, but done nothing to actually combat it when they had power. And then they were idiots in this country like Nigel Farage, who, quite frankly, basically the only people that are supporting Nigel Farage in the UK and they were the same people that supported Nigel Farage when he was the leader of UKIP and started UKIP. Only a step away from being like Tommy Robertson and his racist, political, fascist groups. And that is why Elon Musk has lost a hell of a lot of fans in the UK, because he started opening up his mouth about things that he's got no clue about and spreading disinformation and lies about a subject that he's got no clue about. And here's the truth for anybody who doesn't actually know and wants to support Musk's comments about Tommy Robertson, who has no clue about what he done. Tommy Robertson isn't a political prisoner. He's not in jail for bringing awareness to trafficking and grooming gangs. he's in jail because he nearly caused the case against him to collapse. That is why he's in jail. He's in jail for spreading racial hatred about an innocent boy who was attacked by a group of white boys. And then when he was ordered to stop it, he kept doing it. And that is why the judge jailed him for that particular offence, because he was in contempt of court. He was ordered to do something by the courts, but he didn't get. And that's one reason why you know any chance of Musk trying to become involved in British politics is never going to work, because our justice system isn't like the American justice system. Political parties don't appoint judges. And if we did, we've got that much scrutiny in this country, but we've got to abide by the laws set up by the country. That is why you'll never get a Prime Minister in this country trying to become an authoritarian. For one, if any authoritarian leader or anybody with sort of power, money, or so-called power that Musk has got involved in British politics, or was allowed to get involved in British politics, it would literally be the end of the United Kingdom. The United Kingdom wouldn't survive it. Not only would Scotland demand a new independence referendum and most likely this time vote to leave the United Kingdom, Northern Ireland would follow suit. Northern England would want to follow suit. And we would most likely want to follow suit. And then there's not to stop Northern Ireland, Wales, Scotland coming together to form a union yourself, where they trade and defend. And they could also bring Republic of Ireland along with that one, because again, it's the whole hatred between Protestants, Catholics, and Northern Ireland is actually a lot of crap, because there's more of that in Scotland than there is in Ireland, and that's the truth of it. And people don't in Scotland but hate each other because of religious crap or because of Rangers and Celtic crap. Actually don't know their history. They don't understand that in 1690, when King William led an army against the Irish Republicans, it wasn't for religious reasons at all, not in the slightest. If it was for religious reasons, then why did King Billy seek the backing and help of not one but two different popes, and then help those popes in their war against King Louis XVI of France? I mean, it's a false history that's been passed on to younger generations of families because of some false narrative hatred that a bunch of a group of idiots decided to spread to create division and hate amongst people of different faiths. Centuries after the actual event that happened, it was never anything about Catholics and Protestants and all that crap. It was King William wanting to get control over more land. We got nothing to do with any religious war. Like I said, if that was the case, then King William wouldn't have got backing from two different popes, even if we even seek that backing, and the popes wouldn't have requested his help against Louis XVI of France if it was a religious war, because the Pope could have called on all Catholic countries at that time and set them up in a war against William of Orange if it was Catholics against Protestants. But clearly that wasn't the case. So I just wish people in this world would stop the vile, false narratives to spread division and hate, because it's not nice. It's not good for anybody.
So many crooks on the loose. It's like a Gotham City job fair.
So many crooks on the loose. So it's gone. It's like a British government. It's like all governments. So many criminals on the loose. So many criminals on the loose. It does it. Politician job fair. Before anybody tries to claim that Musk isn't a politician and why is he getting involved in politics, that makes you a politician. It just means you're a very bad politician and nobody actually respects him. I don't think actually any so-called Musk fans actually like him. Okay, guys, I'm going to grab something to eat just now, so I'll be back on once I've had something to eat, maybe even with rotten chick in my tank. So I'll hopefully see you soon.